What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Smoking Tire Podcast. This episode is brought to you by Womply. Listen, are you a gig worker? Are you self-employed? Small businesses and self-employed folks have had to be very flexible and creative this year. Like us, we now do podcasts remotely. We never did that before. And Womply is here to help you weather the storm. Womply has helped over 100,000 small businesses get a PPP stimulus loan. Up to 41.1 million self-employed workers may qualify for up to over $41,000 in 100% forgivable PPP loans. Funds are limited, so apply for free today at, are you ready? Womply.com/smoking tire. That's WOMPLY.com/smoking tire. Apply today for free at womply.com/smoking tire. We are also brought to you by Harry's Razors. I love Harry's Razors. I like them so much that they used to advertise on our show, and then they took a little break, and I kept buying their razors anyway. I never ever went back to the drugstore brand. Now, they're back in the hood, and so I don't have to pay for razors for a while. Woohoo! Because I definitely rock Harry's Razors. You know, the problem is too often you have to choose between quality and a fair price, right? Where is the value? That's where Harry's comes in. You don't have to choose. They give you award-winning blades at factory direct prices. The first time I used Harry's Razors, I was very impressed with the quality of the edge on the blades. I have that thick Arab facial hair. And so I need a little horsepower on my blade to get through that. And I really like the shaving cream as well, especially the travel cans that I take on the road with me. They get right in my little DOP kit, and they're perfect for shaving on the road. And I want you to try Harry's as well. They deliver a close, comfortable shave at a fair price for only $2 a refill. They believe in quality so much that they bought their own factory in Germany to own every step of the manufacturing process, and they stand behind the quality of their blades so much that they have a 100% money-back guarantee if you go to harrys.com. For a limited time, Harry's has an exclusive offer for listeners of the Smoking Tire. New customers can get a Harry's starter set and a free body wash for just $3 at harrys.com/tire. That's over a $16 value for just $3 at harrys.com/tire. That's a 5-blade razor, a weighted handle, foaming shave gel, a travel cover, and a travel-sized body wash. It's an incredibly great deal, but act fast while supplies last. Go to harrys.com/tire to redeem your offer. And how about Sunday Lawn Care? Here's a new one, right? So I bought a new house, and I haven't moved in yet. We're waiting to do renovations. So it was the perfect opportunity for me to try this stuff on the lawn because it was low risk, right? Because I don't have to, God forbid it went wrong, I don't have to live there yet. I got the product. It's really easy because the last thing anyone, I don't know how to take care of a lawn. I don't know what to do. How do I even know what to do? But Sunday, it's not another lawn care product. It's a custom product. It works with nature. What you do is you literally put your address in their website. I got a free lawn analysis tool, which uses a combination of local knowledge of the soils and compositions of the ground, plus Google Maps imagery to get your square footage and then what kind of soil and grass is common there. So you get the stuff your lawn needs with a tailored nutrient plan and nothing it doesn't. It's made with ingredients you can actually pronounce, like seaweed, iron, and molasses, so you can grow better grass and feel better about it. The box showed up. All I had to do is attach the ready-to-use pouch to a garden hose and spray. That was it. Put the thing on the hose, spray. Done. It took less than 15 minutes. I sprayed it all over my lawn, and my lawn looks nice. I'm glad I don't have to do other things now. I think if I continue to use this stuff for the next few months as they're doing the renovations inside the house, that by the time it's time to move in, I'm going to be Field of Dreams out here. It's going to be like a forest in there. It's going to be amazing. The grass looks better than ever. Sunday has taken the guesswork out of growing a greener, more beautiful lawn. Go to getsunday.com/tire. That's getsunday.com/tire to get $20 off your custom lawn plan at checkout. Go to getsunday.com/tire, $20 off your custom lawn plan at Get Sunday. Speaking of grass, Tradecraft Farms is the official ganja of the Smoking Tire podcast. Let me tell you about a new product that they have invented at Tradecraft Farms. I went for the re-up. The best day of my month is the re-up. That's where they pay us and they give me the products, the sponsorship materials, as it were. You can see these materials at their Instagram, Tradecraft_Farms. They have invented a new aerosolized THC device, more colloquially known as ganja banaka. You used to spray under your tongue. It's 5 milligrams. And one of these little mini jars, I don't want to blow up their branding name yet. They gave me prototypes. They haven't announced like the branding yet. I don't even want to say what it's called yet. It's coming out in like a month. But I don't want to like blow up their spot. But a little banaka tube is 105 milligram sprays. Hello, travel. This is perfect. This is revolutionary. And only Tradecraft has got it. Did they put it on their Instagram? Is that it yet? On that post? No? Okay. Well, when they post about it, I'll start talking about it more. But it exists. I've tasted it. I'm the beta. It's like full self-driving beta, except the things only happen inside your body.
No one gets hurt.
No one else gets hurt. Yeah, you don't have to buy anything. You don't have to come all the way to California just to shop at the Port Hueneme Tradecraft Farms dispensary. But all I'm asking from your boy over here at the Smoking Tire, give him a follow on the gram and tell him we sent you. Make us look good for the sponsors, because I don't want this train ride to end. You feel me? You feel me? All right. Our shows this week are dope. Today in studio, we got 2 heavy hitters for the price of one. One of them is Ant Anstead, who's been on many television shows, including Wheeler Dealers, and he is a well-known, very disturbingly good-looking British car guy. The other won the 2009 Formula One World Championship. We got Ant Anstead, we got Jenson Button in studio, and they are talking about their newest project, Radford, which you Americans probably have never heard of, and the English are going, yes, but it's a good show. It is worth a listen, and we get some insights into the day-to-day life of a Formula One World Champion, which aside from the quality of his vehicles, is not so unlike yours or mine. Ant Anstead and Jenson Button on the Smoking Tire podcast.
I like your coffee cups.
Huh?
I like your coffee cups.
Really?
Do they remind me of, like the old sort of tin ones you get?
This
They
reminds
like
me of like
tin.
what you'd get at a diner, like a Greek diner in New York is why I got them, right?
Opa.
Exactly. It's a little bit of a Greek that's going on. Also British Airways.
For sure.
Yeah.
Stolen from the Concorde.
Other
Other
My
flight
wife
services are
wife
available.
steals the mini like coffee and tea spoons from first class flights.
Excellent.
Not because she's like a klepto, she just collects them, and that's the best place to get them actually.
Fantastic. Mate, it's the only lounge as well you get Johnny Walker Blue Label.
Oh yeah.
I mean, fantastic.
Emirates
guys, I
first
wouldn't-
class
I
is
wouldn't
what's
know.
up. You ever fly Emirates first class?
Oh, it's a different world,
It's
isn't
the
it?
shit.
Yeah.
That's the shit.
Caviar.
I wouldn't know.
Caviar and Dom.
Yeah.
I have to row.
It was
If I
crazy.
travel, I have to row across the ocean.
The first
Strong
time I
arms,
went on an Emirates 380, I was like, where the fuck am I? This is nuts.
Yeah.
Standing at the bar asking for Blue Label. Amazing.
Yeah, the Middle East have it right with airlines. Qatar's the same.
Yeah. And then you hit the border of the country and they go and they shut it down like a bodega
Yeah.
after midnight. Well, this is a pleasure.
It is.
Ant Anstead and
Yeah, thanks
Jenson
very much.
Button.
Cheers.
Wow.
Cheers.
First Formula One World Champion in
Cheers.
studio, I must say.
Oh,
Is
really?
it?
What
Can
a-
you add like a fanfare? Can you add a fanfare like in post later?
Yeah, absolutely.
The ghost of Senna will come down and
Yeah.
bless us.
Yes.
You
That
know,
would be lovely for
what
all
a
of us.
treat. Drove up in a Lotus, Evora GT, good car.
Yeah. Don't know where to go from there.
The answer is yes. You asked the question, you answered
It's
it.
a very good car.
Yes.
You've come here to answer questions, asked and
Okay.
answered.
Yes. Oh,
I
that
mean-
sounds lovely.
I'm just saying. We're talking. So this is by the time we're they hear this, the things will be okay. You don't have to worry about it.
Not all the things. Because there is a
Shit, what
caveat.
things aren't
well,
okay?
The thing is that because you're a friend, Matt.
The
and
thing in Arizona is okay.
Yes.
Totally okay.
Okay.
But because you're a friend, you're privy to way more sensitive information than we're allowed
So I
to.
can't say the thing that I saw at the place.
Exactly.
No, no, but we are here to tell you lots and be open and free and nothing's off topic, and if needs be we can. Oh, he's smiling.
What did you think of the Alfa Romeo you turned up in?
Yes.
Alfa was lovely, wasn't it?
He turned up in a Land Rover on Steely's. It was cool.
Yeah.
And the stock wheels we've learned since are the way to go. The stock tires.
If you want a 2-litre engine, if you want to pedal it, you get that one.
It's about drivability, not power.
So
Jensen showed up and said he tried to make his Land Rover look cool and that he ruined it in the process.
So he's got the P300, which is the little engine, and I've got the P400, which is the big engine.
Yeah.
And the reason why he went small engine is because he didn't think he could put 18-inch wheels on it, because you can't.
I wanted steel
wheels.
wheels.
Because the rear brakes
Oh,
are too
yeah,
big.
right.
So I've shrunk the rear brakes, and I've got an 18 on it, and I have 400 horsepower. Not 300.
The problem is that
think you've
Jensen
won.
chose to wrap his car in a colour I can only describe as toothpaste.
They won't sell you one in toothpaste?
Spearmint is that short.
Oh, yeah, I know. I think it's like a Porsche color.
It's pistachio, actually.
It's Colgate.
It's pistachio. But I just thought, why not?
Yeah, it's a good color for a Land Rover.
And it's a wrap, so you can take it off. He's stuck with it.
I think I saw it on your Instagram or your Twitter. Do you have social media, right? Do I follow you?
well, look,
I think I saw it when you did it. I want to talk about the crazy electric off-roading thing.
Yeah.
I want to talk about all different kinds of shit, and I want to talk about Radford, which is crazy.
Yeah, right.
I'll be honest, as an American, I hadn't heard of Radford.
Okay, we need to leave.
No, but then you told me about it last week, and I went digging, and I realized, I've heard of their work. The name didn't make it here. So why do you guys tell me what was important to you about Radford?
Well, I think that's probably for Jensen, Mark, Roger, myself, the 4 people that are involved in Radford, that's probably the biggest privilege, because we get to tell, particularly here in America, the story of this really iconic British brand that, you're a car guy, and even for you, it's
I'd
fallen
never
under the
heard of
radar.
it before.
Well, this is great. So I'll give you the quick kind of 2-minute summary. Radford was founded in 1948 by a British coach builder called Harold Radford. He came out at the Earls Court Motor Show in London with a Rolls Royce. So Radford is a coach builder in the very quintessential European way.
I saw some of the pictures this morning.
Oh, epic.
The shit this dude was building in the 50s was dope.
This guy was a absolute trendsetter. So he came out the gate with a Rolls Royce. Oh, yeah.
The Radford Countryman Mark II.
A lot of people don't realise Radford patented the hatchback, patented the rear-facing seat. It also built the first ever Ford GT40.
This one's going to hurt.
The Ford, the GT40?
This one's going to hurt, isn't it? Yeah.
I didn't know that Radford did the I thought it was all Lola. Lola was chassis.
Lola was chassis.
Yeah.
Radford was body.
That was eliminated from the story.
Yeah, I guess.
Shocker.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you referencing the movie?
Was way eliminated from the movie.
I tell you what's
but I read the book. I read Go Like Hell, and they don't mention a Radford in Go Like Hell either.
We are going to reference that now. And actually, we've got this really
Do we need to get AJ Baim in here?
Let's get him in here now. Hang on. Well, wait, is he a big guy?
No.
No, then get him in here. We've amassed all this really great social history around Radford, and then we've got this epic piece of archive film in colour at the Radford workshop of the Radford guys in their white coats putting together the Ford GT40. There's this film of this guy with no mask on, painting with what is no doubt lead paint, smoking.
Cigarette, yeah.
That's Radford.
Yeah.
That's what we represent.
I like
the team of management behind in a suit, just watching him paint the car. Yeah.
I read that the Radford Works is now the Lamborghini of London.
Actually, yes, because Radford went into HRO in ownership in its life, and HRO in big dealership in the UK. No, I don't think it translates out here, but it's a big deal in the UK, and they acquired that building, and
that first GT40 was a little funky looking, wasn't it?
Yeah, but that's the thing about concepts.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Gotta start somewhere.
You could see where they started, but it is a little funky looking.
Well, it's the paint. It's the paint design. I mean, why would you paint this bonnet? I tell you
it's
why.
like Magnus went back in time and did it.
It's for glare. I knew you knew.
Oh, it's for glare.
Yeah, that's
Matte
why
black
these
on the
cars
bonnet.
have matte black bonnets.
The racing driver.
But none of us.
We don't give a shit. We're like, that's ugly.
No one's noticed. I've had fluorescent yellow bonnet to my Brawn.
Which attracts flies.
Oh, it attracts flies and blinds you. McLaren, shiny silver.
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. Fishing lure. Full fishing lure.
Have you ever
color.
had a blinding situation while racing?
Yeah.
Oh,
a
really?
lot. Coming out the tunnel in Monaco.
Oh, yeah.
How about when you came out the tunnel in Monaco, Matt?
At 35 miles an hour in my press car, it was fabulous. I pretended to be the thing.
No, not the time I came out there and hit the wall.
You know where I was when you were going under the tunnel in Monaco? I was in the Fairmont Hotel on level 1, and the floor of my fucking bed.
That's not where the penthouse
was the
is,
roof
is
of
it?
no, it's where the cheapest rooms are.
I got to be honest. I mean, I'm looking at what Matt's wearing. He can't afford a penthouse.
Well, I'm
You shitting on my Grand Seiko?
Mate,
That's JDM, son.
the smallest room would have been $2,000 a night.
It was.
I know, it's crazy.
It's insane there.
That was. I had the worst room in the hotel. It was fabulous.
Didn't you? You used to live in Monaco, didn't you?
Yeah, for 15 odd years.
Oh, right. That was
What is it like to live in Monaco when there's nothing about Formula One going on?
It's actually really nice.
Is it?
Yeah, I
It's
mean, there's
better,
There's
right?
a lot of tourists. That's the only thing that's the negative because it makes it very busy. But you've got France on your doorstep, literally, and Italy as well. So I used to go into Italy a lot. And if you're into your cars and driving or motorbike, I actually had a Ducati. I bought a super bike, basically. Yeah, 200 horsepower. It was the 1199.
1099 or
1099.
Yeah.
Which I actually still have, and I was done 43 miles because I took it out on the motorway, and I just frightened the hell out of myself.
Once.
So I potted to the shops a couple of times, went to the gym on it, and we took it home and put it in the garage.
That's
It's sat
hilarious.
there forever after.
The Formula One driver is scared. of
Well,
the
it's
Ducati.
because it's on cold tyres.
Yeah.
These nutcases that put a knee down on the road. You're on cold tyres.
Yeah.
Even
those
the
guys are
professionals
crazy.
don't do that.
I see guys in the canyons, and I'm like, whoa,
Yeah.
you are alive by luck.
I saw a Harley on its side.
Yeah.
He's like trying to get the old foot peg down through a corner. It's like, mate, this is not made for
In
this.
Malibu, the guys who used to ride the road called the Snake, that's now shut down after
that's
the fires.
Jensen's nickname.
They shut it down permanently. These guys got bored of riding their, supermotos and whatnot, and they switched to Harleys, and they started doing the same shit on Harleys. Out of their minds.
But we used to have a police escort when we were in Indianapolis for the Grand Prix, because F1 raced there. And we used to get a police escort to the circuit. And the policeman would stand on his seat and put his arms out
No
while
way.
the bike's going along, doing the police escort.
Whoa.
That's called a Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in front of us. And every corner we went round, he would get the foot peg on the floor and sparks flying up.
Every single time when we work with the police to do a shoot, to close a road or whatever, to do a dynamic, the cops that are there, they're always ready to party.
Yeah.
They're always.
They're obviously
Petrolheads.
outside California, though. The California police
No.
are very, very serious.
No, they're ready
Take
to
their
party
jobs.
here, man.
Okay.
They're good. They don't.
Well,
they
you said
don't
it. I was trying to
hide
save you. I was trying to save you.
No, they're good. It's cool. They're just ready to
Police are
whatever you want to
petrolheads.
do, make it look cool. Yeah, the guys who sign up for that gig are into cars.
Yeah, of course they are.
Yeah.
They like drag racing as well.
Oh,
Oh,
They do.
Oh yes.
Anyway.
What is the story
Well,
about that?
Yeah.
My fiance's dad was a CHP officer
Oh really?
for 25 years,
Get out of here.
which has its perks.
Oh,
you
of
know.
Get the
course.
card.
Yeah.
You got the license plate frame. You got the whole deal. You got the badge.
no.
He's
Oh,
gonna
no.
pull out a
The
badge.
snake is reaching into his pocket.
He's gonna pull out a badge.
Ooh.
Whoa! That's
big.
so G.
Yeah.
For the audience, he's got a California driver's license with a fucking badge on it.
Well, because it's
That's
family. I'm
incredible.
family.
I didn't know they did that. I've never seen.
I
it before.
was.
Wow.
I used to actually be a policeman, and I don't have
I
that.
thought my life was awesome. Your life is awesome.
But it's family. He's
Sick, yeah.
done a lot for this county, state. So it's
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
That's. I thought the 2009 was really the super highlight. But
Yeah,
no, that's
that trumps it.
Yeah. well, I thought my missus was kind of cool, but then I met her dad. I was like, yes, she's a
yes.
keeper. This one.
Stick the landing.
Yes.
So between the accent, being a Formula One driver, and having the badge, you just don't get tickets. You can be befuddled by the street signs, or you're very good, or you have the badge.
I still would if I was doing something silly, like speeding.
I don't
Have
think that's
you used
true.
your
Speeding is
profession to
dangerous.
try to talk your way out of tickets before?
I have.
And has it worked?
Well, only once, and that's because the guy was off. He wasn't actually on his hours, so he'd clocked out.
Oh, and he was so offended by your speed that he stopped you anyway?
Yeah, with the sirens, which is totally illegal. And one other time, I don't want to brag about this because it's not called a speed, but in 2000 when I got into F1, I was basically flying from a test to the Monaco Grand Prix, and I had to get there in a certain time. So I was driving a diesel BMW, and it's just when they came out with a big old 3-litre diesel.
Oh, the 330Ds. Those
Yeah.
things were sweet.
Yeah, and I got 143 I got clocked doing in it.
Miles an hour?
yeah.
Nice.
Which was stupid, and I totally, I'm ashamed of it. But the thing was, I spoke
No,
to them
you're
after,
not.
and they said we're going to crash your car. And I said, okay, well I'll pay up. I didn't have a credit card at that time. I was 20 years old.
Yeah.
I borrowed my dad's, and they said they put me in a cell.
What country was this in?
It's in France. Wow. And then BMW paid my bill
Awesome.
because it
of
was
the
the
press.
best.
Wow.
Did they give you the car?
No, but
Oh, because was it a demo car? It was
Yeah,
their
it was their
car?
car.
That's nice.
I was
That's
racing
nice.
for
Well
BMW
done.
at the time.
That's
so,
excellent.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jai, it's really cool actually because I wrote a book, and in the book I talked about the first ever speeding ticket ever issued in the UK was actually given by a police officer on a pedal bike. Who chased the guy for like 3 miles to catch him on a pedal bike, and he was doing, I don't know, 12 miles an hour.
Yeah,
whatever it
12
was.
and an 8.
Got this huge fine at the magistrate's court, but it turned out that the guy who got the ticket was actually the owner of the car company, and he'd spent the day speeding past the policeman's house to get the press.
Oh, yeah.
So the first ever speeding ticket was
It's an
actually a
excellent
PR
move.
campaign. Excellent
Wow.
move.
Excellent move. I recommend.
So, go, kids, speed.
No, so I'm not proud of that. I just wanted to tell you the story. I thought
That's
it was
good.
an interesting story of what manufacturers do to get good press.
Yeah, give Formula One drivers cars.
Since then, been a good boy.
Yeah.
Have you ever had any points?
What, in F1? I had loads.
Okay, moving on.
Negative ones, no.
We'll do points
Quick
in
off the
F1
track,
versus
too.
points on Ant's license.
Yeah, they're probably similar.
To go back to Radford for
Oh,
a
yeah,
second.
yeah, we
no,
went.
no, for real though. The coolest thing about Radford, I thought, was putting the Rolls-Royce interiors in the Minis. Like,
Yeah.
not straight up Rolls-Royce, but getting pretty close to a Rolls-Royce interior Mini Cooper.
yeah,
These
it's-
are pretty cool.
Yeah, there's this. I mean, it's epic. I mean, on the screen you can't see it, but they brought up a series of Radford Minis, and this is really what Radford
can
was the
see
most
it.
famous. Oh, they can.
They can.
Well, this is great.
Yes, that's the thing.
This is the thing that Radford was most famous
Look at
for.
that carpet.
That gauge
I know.
cluster and
I
the
know.
carpet.
So nice.
So, what a lot of people won't
carpet
realise, but we get the
rules.
opportunity to tell them that every single member of the Beatles owned a Radford.
Do they all own Radford Minis, or do they own other Radford
No,
stuff?
Radford Minis. What was the drummer from the Beatles?
Ringo Starr?
Right, Ringo Starr actually had his Mini modified. In fact, if you Google Ringo Starr Radford Mini, you might be able to find it, because Radford modified his Mini with an opening tailgate so he can get his...
The burgundy one has.
There it is.
The
He
burgundy
can get
one
his
has that.
drum kit in and out.
Oh, cool.
really-
Yeah. I had a R53 Mini, like a John Cooper Works, and I took the back seat out, and I could put my guitar and my amp and shit in the back without a back seat. It was amazing.
Just like Ringo.
2-seat hatchback, no back seats. Amazing.
Do you know Ginger Spice owns it now?
Oh, really?
What,
Yeah.
the actual Mini?
That one.
And
She owns
she's
that. She
she's
bought it
married to an
120
F1 guy, right?
Yeah, Christian Horner.
Christian
Red Bull.
Horner.
So she
Oh,
bought that
shit,
2
yeah,
years
she
ago
is.
for £120,000.
So there's a company up in like Central California that's doing like super crazy shit with these Minis, like powertrain wise.
Okay.
If you guys as Radford teamed up with them,
Ooh.
Gildred Racing, Zach and I drove a classic Mini like this that had a Honda V6 with a turbo in the back of it, and this thing beat a McLaren LT in the quarter mile.
Yeah, those
and it drove right. It drove
yeah,
good.
Those bike power. There's a company in the UK
Bike
called Z
powered.
Cars.
This is a fucking Honda
Accord.
Odyssey with a turbo on it.
really?
It's a
Yeah, it's
V6. It's crazy.
Look at that.
And if you did the Radford interior treatment with this powertrain,
Well, I mean, it'll be too much to talk about because it's a little way ahead. But Radford has internally already designed and developed our Mini.
wait, what?
Anyway, so tell us more about the points on your license.
Come again.
Jensen.
Come again?
So, Radford isn't just about interiors. You know that, right? As
Well,
in-
it's exterior coach building as well. Yeah. What do they do on the exterior of that Mini? I saw the fog lights in the grill.
headlamps
What else
as well.
was there?
there's is it the DeVille?
Mini developed headlamps,
Oh,
grill.
they're so cool. The long headlamps. Have you seen them?
Oh, like a Cadillac?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, that's cool.
so
And I
back-
saw power windows. They did power windows when they were still doing the little slidey guys.
Yeah.
Well, back in the day, Peter Sellers ordered a Radford Mini that was more expensive than his Rolls Royce
Wow.
That's awesome.
Just because of the custom work done to it?
because he's Peter Sellers,
No, because he probably had some like really over the top.
massive baller.
Well, because remember they used to put technology in a car back then. It was like they
Yeah.
were just bolting shit
Yeah.
all over the place. Like the picture of that interior is like there's like a rally clock, but like
I tell you what's
cigarette
super,
rolling machine.
because everyone likes James Bond's car. If you pull up a DB5 Radford shooting brake,
I've seen those.
have you got a tissue?
That's the thing that's the one that we didn't know at all. But I've seen they don't talk about Radford building those.
I'll tell you the story of that car. It's David Brown, obviously the owner of Aston Martin at the time. That's why all Astons are called DB.
That was a bargain, that one.
David
Oh,
Brown.
look
David
at
Brown.
that.
Oh, I know. David Brown was into shooting, And the story goes that there was an Aston Martin board meeting going on, and David Brown sort of storms in his hunting gear. He's got Labradors and a shotgun, and he says, guys, I need to get a car that I can take shooting, fit the dogs, fit my hunting gear, my fishing rods, my guns, make it happen. And Aston Martin couldn't, so they gave it to Radford, who could.
Do you spell brake B-R-A-K-E or B-R-E-A-K?
In this case, it's A-K-E.
See, that's interesting because I thought it was actually for break, like a B-R-E,
break.
like taking a break from shooting. And I've seen sometimes it's spelled that way too.
Well, now it wouldn't be shooting because we shouldn't be out there shooting. But
This is America. This is America, Jensen.
No, but
In this country,
in the back.
This is
in this
America.
country, it should be like murder wagon or something.
Imagine having your surfboard in the back of that.
Oh my God,
Heading down
so
to the
good.
beach in Malibu.
It's so good. Well, we did that. It was called the Nomad. And it was a Bel Air hatchback,
Yeah.
just like this. You
Two-door.
could call it the
Just
Bel Air
like-
shooting brake, really.
Just like
Good-looking
this
car.
I mean, look, as far as American shit from the 50s, you had the 59 Cadillac and then you had the Nomad. Those were the good-looking products.
Yeah.
Listen, if James Bond had children, that's the car he'd drive.
I bet he has
dogs.
lots of children. But,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
if he had
but-
children, he knew the location of.
Legitimate children.
Yeah.
It's interesting how they used to do the steering wheels, the upside down. Why? Because those spokes will literally tear your thumbs off.
You know why though?
Why?
Because it splits the gauges. The driver can see the speedo and the rev counter.
Good call.
But this is the right way around.
So that is the correct way.
Is this the right way around?
Yeah, because you drive 10 to 2. Your hands should be 10 to 2. They shouldn't be quarter past 9.
But not 10 to 2 with thumb rests?
No, you don't want thumb rests, mate. That would break your hands. Never have thumb rests.
Okay.
No. Have you ever been karting before?
No, yes, I have.
You
But
should take him karting.
Yeah.
That segues
I'm
nicely.
sure it would be a fair race.
Yeah, yeah.
You two would get on really well.
I've karted with Jensen. I have to say he's not slow.
Shocker.
I'm also.
How many karting championships did you win?
I'm also 50 pounds lighter than you.
What are you trying to say?
Yeah, that's the only
Why are you
reason.
being so mean?
50
Yeah.
pounds lighter.
Why are you always
than
making it about my
if
weight?
Ant works
See,
out, he'll
look
catch
at
you.
the Bel Air shooting brake is very good.
That
It's
is a
not
cool
bad.
car.
As far as a 50s America goes, that's
I agree.
pretty
I agree.
good.
I don't like it with those wheels on it, though.
Well, it's real easy to fuck one of those up.
That's a cool car.
You could ruin a
Right.
bit. You
Here's
could
a worse
ruin one of
one.
them pretty easy.
That's also
Top
bad.
left, I like.
Oh, the Steelies? You
Oh,
like
you
the
like
Steelies?
the-
Yeah.
Classic.
Pink coral with the Steelies?
No, that's a
The
view.
white wall tires?
The white wall tire. No,
Not into
what?
it. Not into
I
it.
like that. It's
Not into
American,
it.
mate. You got to have white walls.
So am I. I don't
My
like the
friend
white
told
walls.
me the year about the JDM, Jensen. That's what you're really into.
The what?
The Japanese cars.
All right.
That's the
to know.
Japanese domestic market.
I thought my friend, it turns out, was just fucking with me right
Well, it
there.
sounds like it.
Yeah. Is that not the truth?
I have actually watched a few TV shows about it. Well, no, I used to have one on a Honda NSX, a couple of them actually,
All right.
when I was driving for Honda. Actually, my late father took it out for a spin once, literally in the wet. Was sliding it around a roundabout and got it wrong, overcorrected. And my dad used to race in rallycross, so he knows his stuff with sliding. But he got it wrong, hit the curb, and it moved the rear across about an inch and a half, the whole rear end. But didn't tell me. So the next week,
He'll never notice the alignment.
So the next week I went to Brands Hatch and I had to do a circuit day for Honda driving guests around.
God.
So I go out of the pits, I'm like, this feels a little weird. Anyway, Brands Hatch drops down, lots of negative camber which you don't want. Anyway, do a lap, come around to the first corner, turn in, straight in the wall. I was like, that's not right. That's never happened to me before. They said, guys, it's fine. Little mistake. They towed it back to the pits. It was fine. Went back out. Turn 2, went off into the gravel. And then I came in. I was like, that doesn't look right. The rear end is like 1.5 inches over.
And didn't someone say, well, you've just crashed twice, Jensen?
And I was like, Dad, have you driven the NSX? He went, might have done. Did you hit anything? Well, I hit a curb, but that was it. I said, okay. Well, now I know what the issue's there. It's not me. I haven't lost it overnight. But yeah, so that was it.
Did you have a passenger in the car too? You were giving hot laps?
The best bit is about oh yeah, I did. Yeah, it was special guests, and the best bit is that car was sold the next day because they gave me a brand new one, and the guy that owns it. He keeps sending me a message on Instagram. Look, I've got your car.
This car drives rubbish.
I thought these cars were supposed to be beautiful, mechanical grip. But anyway, Yeah, another great story. But anyway, we've got a little bit off subject. We need to sort of talk about why we're here why
you want to get back on Radford?
Well, we've talked about the history of Radford. We need to talk about where we're taking it, because we're not just going to do, it's coach building, but we're going to be doing more than that.
Well, why did you guys pick up this ball? Why did you guys decide to do this?
Well, it came about kind of by accident, and we use the word timing quite well, because the timing of this is actually it's really marvellous. It feels magical. So I'd done a show 2 years ago called Master Mechanic, which was a single build of an Alpha over 12 episodes. It's actually the first time ever in any television show that a car build straddled multiple episodes of 12. Because most car shows, they're
Straddle
one or
a few
two.
minutes.
Yeah,
right.
they don't let you straddle episodes like that.
They don't,
They're
because
not
they
about that.
like to play them out of sequence.
Yeah.
So we tried this long form build to see if the viewer liked it, and actually the viewer really liked it.
This is a single seater thing, right?
Exactly that.
Yeah.
So good.
It was a cool car, and so as that show started to get traction, it became the second highest rated show on the network. So it did really, really well. And then the conversation was, what does season 2 of Master Mechanic look like? And at the same time, I was having this kind of off the record conversation with a very, very well known OEM, who but we're not going to talk about.
Sure.
And saying, hey, look, do you guys want to potentially do a car with me as a second season? And it became this really kind of much more ambitious, much bigger project. So for that, I needed to go a car designer. And I knew Mark Stubbs, British guy, lived in Laguna Beach, worked on some big projects, worked for Bugatti, Ford, Porsche, Lincoln. He's a big baller in the car industry. So I said, hey, look.
He looks right, too.
Guy's handsome.
Really looks right for
Problem
the
is
part.
you get lost in his eyes. So I said to Mark, hey, Mark, do you want to help me out with this project? This is a big deal. And he jumped at the chance. And then one day we were sat in my living room at home, and he had his laptop, and he was doing some rendering, and he clicked off, but he left on the page Radford. And of course, I'm a British car fan. I know exactly who Radford are. And I'm like, oh, Radford, that's kind of cool. What's that?
Yeah.
He says, oh, well, he'd acquired the brand some years earlier and had spent a good chunk of years protecting it, investigating the history, understanding what to do with it. And in that moment, I said, no, I mean, this is epic. And the project that we were currently designing for would have been perfect as a sort of a first car for Radford. And then Jensen kind of became available as well. And then all of a sudden, my TV brain's clicking, going, well, actually, if you think about the perfect scenario for TV, a trio's always good, but a designer, a builder, and a driver that all happen to be here, because we talk about timing. We're all the same age. We're all here in LA at exactly the same time, with our lifetime of skill, lifetime of designing for Mark, lifetime of building for me, lifetime of driving for Jensen, at a time when heritage globally is back. OEMs are now making DB5s,
We
Jaguar
just talked
regular
about this.
XSs.
I just had Andrew Frankel on yesterday, and we were talking about how everything that you can buy, we're past peak car, and so coach building and stuff like that is going to be a thing.
So at the same time of the three of us being here, that Radford's available, Heritage is back, Shared Platforms is back, an OEM of significant history is willing to finally, and because you know who it is, it's a big deal.
Yeah, I'll try really hard to not say it.
Please don't.
It's okay, we're not live. You can edit it later.
Then
It's
all of
effective.
a sudden, everything's kind of this. The stars aligned for this Radford project, and here we are.
Do people bring Radford shit to car shows in the UK now? Do you see them out ever, or is it like?
There are a few. We found a few, didn't we? So we are doing a bit of filming in the UK, and it's quite funny actually, because we went out in the industry, because the great thing about car industry is everybody helps each other, right?
Yeah.
So really it's a great community of people. So we put the kind of name out in the community, and we've actually discovered a load of Radfords. In fact, we're going to be filming one where you're going to be driving, you're chauffeuring in your chauffeur's hat, a Radford Rolls Royce.
Awesome.
There's a few
From the
here,
50s?
stateside as well.
Are there in America?
Yeah, we found a few here.
Cool.
Maybe more than 10.
Oh wow. Oh, that'd be awesome. Can you host a gathering?
We are actually preparing an event which involves a reunion of Radfords.
That's awesome.
You will be invited. You got
to make it like a class at the Quail.
Because we might win it.
The judging class. Yeah. No, that's awesome. That'll be really cool.
Yeah, so it's kind of.
Now how does that get to? Because you walked in here and you go, is this going to be out after Monday? And I go, yeah. And you go, we bought a racetrack.
Well, it's not necessarily we bought a racetrack. It's more, like I said, this community, This car community that we're all in is really, really giving. And, you know, the best friends I have are all car friends. And it's a certain type of person, particularly if they're a classic car owner.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong, most people that buy a new Lamborghini are a bit of a... Anyway, but you know, if you know someone who owns a nice classic car, normally they're quite grounded people, and they're the kind of people I like to be with. So we've been spending our time a lot in Arizona. There is a racetrack out there that went through some troubles a couple of years ago. It was acquired by my friend, and it's been sort of trading the last couple of years under the Bondurant name.
Yeah,
and the alignment of the stars, again talking about timing, meant that actually it was in everybody's interest for that to become the Radford School of Racing.
Is Bob still out there?
Bob's still with us, yes.
I didn't mean is he still alive. I knew he was still alive. Is he still at the school? Is he
No,
involved in the school at all?
No, they're filling. No, the school went into a bit of trouble a couple of years back, and you know they've, you know, it's a great bit of timing. It's the perfect example of how collaborations work, because ultimately, you know, how many car manufacturers can you name that have a racetrack?
I'm going to be so bored of that racetrack by the end of this year.
No, he's not. He's a liar.
Are you just going to set up? Are you just going to set up an Airstream in the parking lot and fucking go for it?
Well, I will be doing all of the testing with the car.
That's a good time, man.
I won't be doing like all the stress testing, you know, the thousands of miles that need doing.
Oh, you're not going to do the fuel economy cycles through Phoenix?
We won't be doing fuel economy cycles.
Yeah, we don't care about fuel economy.
No, just floor it. Hammer it.
One of the worst jobs in automotive testing, I met the guy whose job it was to do 500 full bore drag launches in the GT500 every single day.
Oh,
that was his job. Sun up to sundown. Launch, brake, repeat.
That's painful.
That's awful.
I mean, there are still worse jobs, to be fair. But
it's pretty brutal, actually.
So I'll be doing all the on-road and the canyon driving is going to be amazing.
That'll be terrible.
With the car that we're working with initially or building initially. But the great thing is we get to play with everything.
Yeah.
You know, for the it's so difficult not saying what it is. You know what I mean? It's so difficult not mentioning things. But we can play with whatever we want. You know,
Once
I
you
can
drive a Formula One car, can you still have fun in a car that goes a reasonable speed?
Yes,
you can.
I mean, to be fair, the cars that are untouchable, unreachable for most people aren't so much fun, I don't think, because you can kill yourself easily in them. And there is no point. It does so much for you until it doesn't.
Yeah.
I prefer something that's a bit more raw, like a Singer.
Yeah.
You know, a Singer, when you look at a Singer, it's stunning. And you look at any old 911, they're stunning, right? But most of them you get in and it does not drive like you think it's going to drive. It drives way worse. Nothing quite works properly. But the Singer, it does. You jump in it and it just, everything works, it flows. And that's the feeling I want.
It costs a lot of money to make a cohesive product.
Well, it does.
It really, really does.
It does.
That's all right.
For me, before anyone drives it and pulls away in it, I want them to get in the car, whatever car we're building, and it feel right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, get in, the steering wheel's in the right place, the seating position's pretty much there, moving it forward and back a little bit, but the gear stick, if there is a gear stick, is in the right place, and the pedals, you know, you get in most supercars these days, something is not right. Lambo, the pedals are in the middle of the car. Why are they in the middle of the car?
My Countach has better pedal placement than like an Aventador.
Yeah, I had a Michelin, and you're driving like that.
It's pretty far off. The Mercy's a pretty
passenger's footwell.
I'm struggling to see you in it. Do you know why it's called a Countach?
It's like the Italian exclamation of like holy shit, basically.
Yeah, great way of naming a car.
Yeah, I have to take my shoes off to drive it, but once I do, it's fabulous.
I think everyone should take their shoes off to get in a car.
To keep it clean?
To get a Radford.
I just love it when you see like those beautiful car fits. You know, people when they have not that I ever would, but if people have private jets that you get on, they're like, take your shoes off. It's like, what?
That's called my mother's house.
My house is the same. I don't want people walking shit through my house, literally shit through my house. And I think we should do the same with Radford.
Well, have you driven like you've driven like a Phantom with the carpets that are like this?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's really
there shouldn't be trunk, boot, whatever.
Maybe we should make that
Just
one of the sort of Radford.
a little pocket for your shoes.
Yeah.
And for your driving.
Like how
slippers.
Rolls does the umbrella in the door, you should have a shoe pocket there.
Yes.
Although when you roll up in a Countach, which is pretty badass, to then get out and have to do
have
little
these shoes on
Mr.
it.
Rogers with your shoes on, with these bad boys right here, with these NBs.
Yeah.
You know, is
Like
a little.
lacing them up.
You need the Lancia Stratos pocket, the
Yeah.
helmet pocket.
Yes,
for shoes.
yes, the big Strato store pocket.
You need slip-ons as well. Run
Right,
those
Tods.
slip-ons.
Loafers.
Yeah.
You need the Tods for sure. We gotta get. I don't know if I can
Radford
make Tods work
loafers.
with the rest of this.
Radford shoe pocket. I'm writing this down.
You need the bespoke shoes, the extra squishy carpets.
Yeah. We are
Yeah.
joking about this for all the
Actually,
millions of listeners out there.
The first car, we've made no secret of it. We have Radford is coming out the gate with a collaboration with a very famous OEM. It will not have shag pile carpets, nor shoe pockets. In fact, I'm pretty sure I won't even have cup holders.
I do need a cup holder.
You should have a cup
What?
holder.
You see, this is the problem.
There's
Because
no car, no car that is too good for me to drive around with my goddamn coffee.
Right,
in
this is the
hand.
problem, because if you think about it, there's a designer, a builder, and a driver in the hell. We're the custodians of this brand, and ultimately we have a democratic voting right. So when it comes to disagreements like cup holders, we always have a vote. And so far out of the 20 votes we've had, I've pretty much lost every vote.
But the good thing about something like a cup holder, we are coach building, so we can do whatever we want. We can change things for a customer. So with 3D printing, whether it's for the part or for the tooling to a part, we can do that pretty rapidly. It's not like back in the day when they'd be banging sheet metal to make something for the interior. So it happens a lot quicker. So we can have a cup holder. So my car will have a cup holder.
Really?
Bespoke.
A bespoke cup holder. It will come with a cup.
We'll
a special
see.
cup
We'll
that
see,
fits.
because we will be revealing these cars at some point, and I'll be interested to see.
You
I'm
can
gonna-
have very elegant, lightweight cup holder solutions. The only redeeming quality of the early 2000s G-Wagon is the basketball hoop cup holder. Seen that one? It's just one metal ring with a basketball hoop. It's
Jensen,
the shit.
Jensen has a G-Wagon.
No, I don't.
And so would you agree with that?
I have a Defender. My missus has a G-Wagon.
Oh, you see what he's done? He's palmed it off onto Brittany.
The
but
new one's
it-
kinda cool,
It's in
actually.
her name.
I have no comeback. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, the basketball hoop, that's the shit. Doesn't weigh nothing. Right? That's
It
elegant.
looks awful.
It does. It does look awful.
Who is it? Lotus, I think, in the Elise. Don't they have one that's the same thing but a single leather strap? Instead of the basketball hoop with one leather
I
strap?
had an Elise as well. I got cut out of it by the fire brigade.
I don't know. My
Ouch.
Safari 911, I have one that's cut out of metal that slides into the seat rail and just screws into the seat rail. It's very nice.
The only problem is look at that beauty. Yeah,
Oh.
you imagine sticking a cup holder. It
Yeah.
doesn't look that attractive.
You
That's
can-
why Porsche has the good one, the retractable. You
The
know, so
pop
you can
out.
hide it. Yeah, the pop out. Hide it behind all
Yeah.
the beautiful dashboard. If you want to use it, you can do that.
I got a super cool idea. Why don't we just not have cup holders?
Because people are not going to
But
buy your car because of that.
Jensen's right. Jensen's right though. The the idea of coach building, because there's loads of manufacturers out there that will claim they're coach builders, right? They'll say
Sure.
we're a coach builder, but actually, when you boil it down, they've just got a nice list of extras, and you can bolt some stuff on your car. That's
You
not
mean
coach
like an MSO kind of thing? Is that what we're talking about?
They don't even do cup holders. I know that for a fact.
So we are actually, for us, because bear in mind, we're making a television show about it as well. So ultimately, it's our opportunity to talk about the social history of coach building, the history of coach building, the future of coach building. We actually get an opportunity to do it properly.
Does the car serve the show or does the show serve the car?
If the show didn't exist, the company still would. It's a company first that just happens to be catalogued in a TV show.
Right. And would there then be a run of cars?
We have already signed with another OEM.
A second OEM?
Yes.
Oh.
It's a big deal.
Oh. All right.
We have a third already at finalised stage. We will leave that with the lawyers, but
Oh, cool.
we have actually got the next sort of 5 years is mapped.
Great.
Yeah, very
All right.
lucky.
And this is
Wow.
happening in America,
Yes.
in Los Angeles.
Yes.
Fucking cool. Is there there's a factory somewhere or like a?
Well, it's not in LA. It's,
Oh.
it's down the coast a bit.
Oh,
It's
it is.
OC. It's in Orange County.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Cool.
I know
Yeah,
it's
so-
like another country.
But well, it is.
We
Yeah.
have a Radford factory. Yes.
Okay. Cool. It's like somewhere that I could go and visit, and they're building cars.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. You're welcome. You're not welcome. You are so.
Just gonna-
the second time now.
And
Ant, we can't hear you now. I don't know what
Yeah,
happened.
exactly.
is it? And at what level, if a customer orders a car, How far can we go? Is the run of cars going to be like, this is the thing, pick a color, or is it going to be like,
it's limited?
Come on,
it's limited volume.
Uh-huh.
So it's going to be limited to a specific number.
Uh-huh.
The first car that comes out the gate is only double figures.
Uh-huh.
So it's very small volume. And yes, each customer can tailor their car. It will be within the parameters of the vehicle that we've made. You know.
Right.
But ultimately,
It won't be. They won't be able to put another set of wheels.
One set of wheels.
no,
So
no six-seaters.
No
Six-wheelers.
Yeah.
That was
A second axle? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Although
can't-
saying that,
we
you
can't
are driving
six-by
a
it?
six-wheeler.
Yeah.
You're driving that six-wheeler JPS
Yeah.
Formula One
I've
car.
also driven.
You drove
the Williams. I've
Really?
driven the Williams six-wheeler.
Really?
Yeah, the six-wheeler Williams had 4 wheels at the back.
It had four-wheel
ridiculous.
at the back.
Yeah, and it was so long. It had ground effects. So it had skirts. So I
Was
drove
it ever allowed to race?
No, they banned it before it got to
Okay.
the first race. It was so
Holy
bloody quick.
shit! It's like a semi. It's like a William. It's like a semi F1. That's
Exactly.
fucking crazy.
Yeah.
What is that like to drive?
It was awesome.
Really?
Because the ground effects, you had so much downforce. If you lose one of the skirts, obviously it's a big issue. Because you
Yeah.
lose all your downforce.
How
So-
crazy?
So the I guess more commonly known six-wheel F1 car had
The-
four
the
wheels in
Tyrrell.
the front. The
Yeah, the
Tyrrell.
Tyrrell.
What was the thinking behind the 4 wheels in the back? Just exit corner traction for all the power?
It must be putting more power down, surely.
Yeah, got more on the road, didn't you?
How did it feel?
It's four-wheel drive.
It felt really good. But the thing was, it had. I mean, what have I got to compare it against? You know what I mean? Compared to a
Every other
modern
car
day
you've driven, I
F1
don't-
car, it's really slow.
Of course, yeah.
What year was
Wow.
that?
Funky.
I guess it's.
Well, the Tyrrell was
80s.
77, look, and I think the Tyrrell came out for a year and it was banned, wasn't it?
It's
The
the
next year?
Yeah.
80s.
Six-wheeled, 800
FW8.
Yeah.
Well, in 2000 it was FW22. My first F1 car.
Oh, there you go.
22. Oh my God.
FW22.
This is the point where you say to Jensen, why the number 22?
Why
There's
the
a
number
whole
22?
story. It's good.
It's good.
It's good.
Was it your age?
Yeah, exactly. I am stuck at 22. Benjamin is my first name. Button last. 22 has always been a special number for me, and I actually won the World Championship with number 22.
Oh, okay.
In Brawn. And it's one of those things, we all have, I think, a special number, or certain people do, and I feel that I see it everywhere. And now you can't come back at me and say, oh, that's silly, because I'm just about to tell you why I think it is. And my old man passed away when I was 34. In 2014, and since then I see this number everywhere. And for me, that was, the 2009 World Champs was that year that we spent together. It was a very emotional year, and I see it everywhere. And I've come to think that it's him reaching out. So I think that's a lovely thing to have.
I'm not going to argue. I'll take that.
Yeah.
We had a customer here at Westside who bought what I believe is a car that you used to own, and it said JB22 in the door sill.
A Porsche.
It was a GT2.
Yeah,
RS.
GT2 RS.
Comfort spec.
Yeah.
Fabulous car.
But it's so funny because everyone was like, "What? You've got the comfort seats?" It's like, well, yeah. Because
Why
they
would
are-
you get the hardcore
They're
fucking...
horrible.
Yeah.
I drive it around LA. I drive down to Malibu, and my
That
missus
was a
wouldn't
hot
get it.
car.
Yeah.
That blue was bitching.
It was,
I was
wasn't it?
sad to see it go when the guy sold it, but it lived here for a couple months.
Yeah, I think it's
Very
in
pretty car.
Carmel now. It's up the coast
Don't
of
know.
Montreux.
Yeah, I don't know, but it was very pretty. But
Anyway.
I'm glad you confirmed it was actually yours and it
Yeah,
wasn't
it
some
was.
creepy fan.
No, it wasn't mine.
Yeah, I had a guy. Do you remember a few months ago I sent you a text saying, "Is this your Ferrari?"
Yeah.
So I had someone send me a text going, "Oh, I've got Jensen's Ferrari," and I texted him, and he's like, "Never seen that car before in my life."
But the funny thing about 22, it's Ant's number as well.
Oh, you have a 22?
Yeah, so this is the kind of, we talk about timing, this is the kind of weird thing. The same with Jensen. 22's resonated with me my whole life. If you actually look at my cars, I paint 22 on them. I wrote a kid's book, 22's on the cover.
Really?
This watch, the serial number's 22. Got big things happened to me on the 22nd. 22 is my number.
Okay.
And
Are you going to make 22 cars?
no,
Do you know what date it is on Monday though for the launch of?
22nd.
Yeah.
I know.
The
See,
track.
even that, the track being launched on the 22nd, we asked for it to be done on the 29th, and it just happened to be the 22nd. And I remember texting, because we have this hilarious WhatsApp group, the Radford guys, and texting just 22. And occasionally, when things kind of line up, our answer to that is 22.
There you go. All right. I won't argue.
Mate, and even better than that, I raced in F1 for so many years, and then I went into Super GT in Japan. I don't know if you've ever seen Super GT cars, but they're
crazy looking.
Insane.
Yeah.
And I got there, and our number was 100. I was like, nah, it's a shame. I've come from F1 having 22 for so many years. And then halfway through the season, I'm sat in the car and just relaxing before we go out for a qualifying run. I look down, and the chassis number... It's 22.
Fuck.
I was like, you are kidding. But how?
Boys, what a great looking race car, though.
The thing is, this thing looks like a GT3 car, right?
Yeah.
But it's 10 seconds a lap quicker than a GT3 car. And then it's got tyres, which are super sticky, so it gives it another 3 seconds. So it's 13 seconds quicker than a GT3 car.
How long are the races in Super GT?
2 hours, then there's one that's 4 hours.
Oh, wow.
But this is Le Mans lap times. The LMP, the slower LMP1 cars.
That's crazy.
Quicker than LMP2, yeah.
Is that a hybrid car or a gas car? Just full gas?
Yeah.
Is it
2-litre turbo?
Speed just
It's a
come from the
2-liter
downforce?
turbo?
Yeah, 650 horsepower.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Why do they race with that engine? What an interesting choice.
I guess it's...
Is that just the
Japan,
class?
they like
It's just
little engines, don't they?
Yes,
Loads
yeah.
Loads of revs.
A crazy looking car.
Is the speed from the downforce it has? I mean,
Oh yeah,
that's crazy. Wow.
The diffuser. It's not a real car either. It's a carbon tub.
Yeah.
It's the same as DTM.
You raced Le Mans, right?
Yeah,
How many times?
once. The idea is to go back. Radford is going to build me a car.
What was your experience?
So-
Radford Le Mans.
What was your experience?
2022.
First time? I'm sorry
Be
for
the
not
front
knowing.
jack man.
2022.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not sure we'll be ready for that. But
Yeah, we won't be.
Season 3, Ant has to figure out how to build an LMP1.
And he's got 6 weeks to do it.
It was pretty special.
Yeah?
Yeah, that we were never going to win because Toyota.
Not with that attitude.
Yeah. Toyota were there with their works team. You know, they're spending 150, 200 million a year.
And what were you driving?
I was driving, it was a Dallara tub. The team was a Russian team. The car was called a BR1, and it was run by ART. There's some actually pretty scary footage of it in 2018. So I signed for the team late, and they were just going into the 12 hours of Spa with the car as like a warm-up for Le Mans. And I saw the car was in the barriers halfway through the race. I'm like, that's weird. And nobody knew why. I called the team, and they said, it flipped.
Oh.
Yeah, at Eau Rouge, it flipped.
Oh.
The best bit is the Russian driver kept his foot in.
Oh, shit.
Flat out, upside down in the air. Wow.
Is the onboard just insane?
You'll be able to find that footage as well. He's fine. He was fine. But he was-
Unfortunately, we can't play YouTube on YouTube. It's
Okay.
a copyright thing. It sucks. But go look for that
We
at
need to
home.
speak to someone at YouTube about not being able to play YouTube
When
on
you're
YouTube.
doing it, yeah. When you're
That's
doing
awesome.
a thing, you can't you
Yeah.
know. It's
That's
like
crazy.
a whole.
There you go.
Oh,
There's the picture of it.
fuckity fuck.
Yeah.
Some photographer got the shot though.
Yeah.
No, that's a screenshot.
Is that just screenshot?
That's
a
a
screenshot of
screenshot.
the video. Yeah.
So it did this.
Oh my God! Well,
And then I was
better
like-
him than you.
And then I was like, I've just signed with the team to go and I'm testing it one day, and then we went to
I
race.
God.
tell you what, a great space for sponsorship.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, let me sell that
There's a lot of-
undercarriage.
There's a lot of
Exactly.
real estate there.
Emirates.
Oh wow!
Emirates, we fly.
Actually, speaking of sponsorship, this
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Because one thing we're looking at in the show is the history of kind of race liveries. You know, there's some iconic ones. Everybody's heard of Golf and
Yeah.
John Player, etc. But some of those earlier race liveries, Playboy, Durex,
What do you mean earlier?
they're quite early.
Well, like a few years ago now.
Gotta remember, I'm
Last
young.
time you saw
Early
a
is like
Playboy.
10 years ago. What are we talking about?
I'm younger than you.
He's-
How old are you?
Me, 39.
There's not a chance you're 39. My God,
I'm
you
a-
must have had the hardest paper round in
I'm
history.
a really rough 39.
Says the grey-haired man to the grey-haired man.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you're not getting grey at all, are you?
Well, it's light, isn't it? So I am going grey. You just can't see. It's hidden by the...
By the
headphones.
Don't worry,
headphones.
Just for Men will call you too soon.
Exactly. But seriously, Le Mans, it's such an amazing experience. Whether you're working there, driving, as a spectator, it's the best event ever.
Yeah.
It really is good. It really is good. It's like Daytona 24 hours, but with a good track.
Yeah, I agree. I haven't raced both. I've worked at both. I agree.
That's so fucking cold and true.
But no, I would love to do Daytona as well. I actually tried to do it this year, but we had a baby instead at the same time. So
the kid can look after itself.
exactly.
It always seems to be cold and raining. It's not what you expect. You're like, this is Florida. What the fuck?
Le Mans is pushed back to September, so it's going to be stinking hot. So I think we should all try and go.
I went last year.
Did you?
Yeah, I actually went to the Daytona 24 Hours last year. I was lucky, actually. I was a guest of Disney. So I didn't even have to pay to be there. It was great. Yeah.
Disney? Do they have a team?
So no, they wanted to promote that the Ford v Ferrari movie was going to Blu-ray.
Oh, right. Yes.
So they said, "Hey, would you go to Daytona and we'll put you up?"
Oh,
and I'm
Daytona. I was
thought you
talking
said
about
Le Mans. Yeah.
Yes. The answer was yes. I went. That's good.
So you went to
cool.
Daytona.
Yes.
Okay. Not such.
It's not as good as Le Mans.
It's different, isn't it? Different atmosphere, I think.
Yeah.
A little bit.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a great
Daytona
race.
has its charms. Don't get me wrong.
Oh no, it's a great race.
Does
but it
it?
doesn't have the big wheel, does it?
But does it?
I mean, it depends how far your white trash fetish goes.
The airport out of Daytona is charming.
Yeah. I mean, if I won Daytona, I would absolutely love it because that's one race I'd definitely like to win.
Yeah,
When's the next one?
you get the Daytona. I
get
see
one of
you got the JPS. Is it the JPS Daytona?
No, but we could rename it JPS if you want to.
They have a JPS like kind of themed one.
They have a John Player special Daytona watch.
I mean, it doesn't say the logo on it, but it pretty much. I mean, is that on
I wonder why they couldn't
Oyster
use the
Flex?
logo.
Is that on Oyster Flex? It is, right? The original Rolex rubber strap.
Oh no, it's not.
It's not.
I
Okay.
got the strap.
They have one that's like on an Oyster Flex that they
I need to
refer
get that.
to colloquially as the JPS. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I know.
No,
That's
I-
awesome.
Can we Google that?
Are you a watch nerd, or do you just like the ones that you win?
I used to. I've never. Oh, I have
the
one
free
of
ones.
Super GT. I want to watch for the championship. But no, I used to love watches. I had a bit of a collection of watches. But I just wear this one. I
Actually,
love this.
talking about stuff you win, you should tell Matt the story of the trophy.
Oh mate, you'll love it.
Check out the JPS Daytona.
That's so cool.
That's killer, right? That's the vintage one. That thing is nasty. Gold bracelet.
But
that's-
with a rubber strap, that'll look beautiful.
Yeah, you have to be massively hung to have that.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
That is. Well, just to hold it up.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Which discounts all of us in this room.
Yeah.
You have to be able to wear it as a cock
Yours is
ring.
about as close as the modern ones get to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just asked me a question.
You were into watches, and you said you wore a butt.
Oh no, I thought we were going somewhere
No,
else.
it was about getting free stuff, the trophy.
Oh yeah,
your
lovely.
life.
So,
Oh, yeah.
So 2009, I might have mentioned it already, but I won the world championship in F1. Anyway, so you get given
In a
this
car with like no stickers on it, mind you, which
I
is
know,
kick
which
ass.
is pretty
It's
cool.
about as boss as it gets, really.
pretty cool color scheme.
Yeah.
But it was run by Ross Brawn, so I mean, it was always going to win, wasn't it? So anyway, so you win the trophy. It's the world championship trophy.
Yeah.
Which it has all the drivers' names on because it's. I mean, the trophy that I was holding above my head when I got the award was from like the 50s, 60s.
Yeah, it's like it gets passed around,
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like on loan.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so I
yeah,
had
like
it for
the
one-
Stanley Cup.
I had it for 1 year, and then I had to give it to the German Sebastian Vettel. And then you're like, cool. When do I get the replica?
Yeah.
Oh no, you don't get.
You don't
replica.
get anything.
No. So I said, so how can I go about getting one? They said, you got to buy it. I was like, all right, it's a few grand. I'm totally up for that. $50,000.
What?
50 grand. So you've done all the hard work of winning the world championship, and then you got to go pay for your own trophy. You've got to pay 50.
Jensen's like, I earned that.
So I turned around and said, no fucking way.
Yeah.
I am not paying for that. So I didn't pay for it. My manager went and bought it for me.
See, that's the move.
I know, because
Right.
he made so much money out of me. He
Right,
had loads
yeah.
of excess cash.
Yeah.
It was either
the
a night
manager
out.
or the agent or someone should be responsible for doing that.
It was
for
either
you.
a night out or buying me a
Jeez.
trophy. So he
Yeah.
got me the trophy.
This is why when Bernie flies in a private jet, his shoes follow in a different jet.
yeah, exactly.
Sells the
He's got it
trophy.
going on. That's what we want for
Yeah.
our cars.
Jeez.
His daughter bought like the biggest house in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Shocker.
Tamara.
You mean
Yeah.
Bernie
Is she
did.
here now?
She bought fucking the Spelling Estate, dude.
So
It's
300
like
million.
$180 million or
That's
something.
what both daughters did. One in
Probably,
London and one
yeah.
here.
They've since built bigger, more ridiculous houses.
There's a
but,
lot of those kind of trust fund kids in LA. I've noticed they all have PhDs.
Sunshine's free and weed's
Papa
legal.
has dough.
If they're nice, I don't mind. If
Is-
they're good human
I've never
beings,
met her.
I don't care. But
I've never met her. Have you met Tamara?
yeah, I like her sister.
Okay, I feel like we should move on swiftly.
Nah, tomorrow's
probably.
cool.
What is in the Anstead and Button personal vehicle collections these days?
Oh God, well for Jensen, how long have we got?
I've changed my choice in cars. I had a list of all the supercars. I've been through an Enzo. I've had a Bugatti Veyron. I've had more classic Ferraris like an F40, which I'm really
Those
upset.
are okay.
I'm really upset that I sold it. But I've got to a point. If I can't use it, I don't want it. There's no point. It's just sitting in a garage somewhere because I'm going to go to it and it's not going to start. So sold that, which is a shame. I've had lots of different Porsches and Ferraris and been very lucky that I've been able to do that. Now, I love my classic cars. So I have an E-Type
Those are good.
Which it's been completely restored. So I got it I actually got the chassis in the UK, a left-hand drive. Don't know how there was one in the UK, and had it restored by our company in the UK. So that's been done. It's on its way over here, which is going to be fantastic. Really excited about that. I'm actually a bit of a Jaguar guy. I've got a
How'd that happen?
British.
Yeah. Just straight pride.
Well, and also
pure nationalism.
And also the history. You know, I have one of the 3 Jaguar XE120s that went to Le Mans when they first went there. One of the race cars.
A Le Mans
drivable?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it also had the road car world record for maximum speed for 24 hours.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Look at that.
We filmed one of these for Haggerty.
The white one?
The white one.
The inside is gorgeous. The shape is amazing.
Oh, shit. That one?
Yeah, it doesn't have the wheel covers.
That is.
Is that your car, Jensen?
17.
That's very pretty.
And the speed record was actually done by
the Steelies? Hell yeah.
It was done by Sterling Moss.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's G.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
Are those cars a Le Mans car from that period? Is that civil to drive on the street?
It's actually not bad.
Really?
Yeah, it's not too bad. I have the next step as well in Jaguars after that, which is the C-Type.
Oh, those are
It's beautiful.
those are ridiculous.
It was Fangio's.
I'm sorry. I thought I heard you say it was Fangio's.
Yeah, these headphones are not working.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Can you find
Really?
it?
Is it warm all the time? Is it always warm? Like,
It is.
Does it have an aura?
Mate, when you see it, you just can't stop smiling. You actually a tear might fall out of your eye. There it is.
Oh, Jesus. Look at that.
It's the only bronze C-Type.
It's bronze.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's actually one of my best buddies racing it at Monaco.
Wow.
He won.
Wow. That's a real friend.
Yeah, right.
So,
But he won, so okay.
Yeah.
There
he
you
did.
go.
He's awesome. In
So
this
you
sort of
actually have constructor's points there.
Exactly. Well, this didn't race back in the day. It was picked up. It was brand new, and Fangio bought the car. Ferrari told him he had to sell it
Oh.
because he couldn't be seen to be driving a Jaguar, a competitor of Ferrari, so I had to sell it.
That's hilarious.
Can you imagine that conversation as well? It's hey, Juan Manuel, come down, sit down. And there's like some boss people in the background, like sunglasses
They're all
on.
just smoking, sunglasses,
We need
trench
to
coats.
talk about the Jaguar.
Yeah, exactly. Mr. Ferrari. Yeah.
God damn, look at that thing. That is
Yeah,
pretty.
She's a honey. So they're actually. I'm trying my best to get them to Pebble, Monterey this year to race them.
Awesome.
In Ran Laguna, which would be cool.
Yeah,
so
you
I'm a
should
little
do that.
scared. I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to
It's going to
something
be
like this.
you and like dentists and like.
No, but that's why it's scary.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know?
These guys have no
this
idea.
is my whole livelihood in these
Yeah.
2 cars. This is
Well, you know,
everything.
we were just discussing with Andrew Frankel is now you've got, I have absolutely no idea what that's worth, but I could take a guess and it's way up there. We've got, these sort of production recreations from Jaguar and Aston Martin and a variety, Persang and GTO Engineering. And apparently you can sign up to vintage races in these things now.
Good.
And so you got one guy in the $50 million real, original one. You get the other guy in the $1 million one given 1/50th of the fucks.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
But to be fair, it's the chassis plate that matters.
Right.
It's a big number.
Yeah.
But this has the original engine in it.
That matters.
The C-Type, yeah.
Oh yeah,
kick-ass.
don't blow that up, Pebble.
I'm going to be double. What is it? Double. I've never done it
clutch.
before. Double clutching.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Do you give yourself time to drive those cars?
I will purposely drive this. I've driven it on the road.
Yeah.
I
good.
actually drove it for a photo shoot a couple of months back, but I've never driven in anger. But it's really quick.
I bet. What does it weigh? 2,200 pounds?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
got to weigh
It's
nothing. Yeah.
It's lighter than that.
Is
Way
it?
lighter than that. It's like
Is it made
1,500
It's
pounds.
made of
Whoa.
metal that catches on fire.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, it definitely does that. It's not a fuel cell.
Asbestos, lead, and magnesium, basically, right?
Exactly. But no, they're stunning. So I went away from hypercars, supercars for a big period, and I invested in these guys, and they're beautiful.
Did you stop? Did you actually get a point where it's like, well, these things are they're all kind of the same. They're all just really fast and just too big and heavy, or was it just like you hit the end of the road?
I didn't really find anything that excited me. Yeah. There are definitely some cars coming out that do excite me, and I'm not talking about us because I'm not going to big us up that much.
No, you should.
Yeah.
No, I think you should.
But no, when you're involved with something, you definitely want one. But other cars, there are a couple of things out there that are really exciting, which might be something for the future. But it's tricky. There's lots of manufacturers that are just throwing limited edition cars out there.
The fake limited editions, they're not becoming, are they?
No. And
same with watches. The fake heritage watches are really kind of shamefully embarrassing.
But there are so many. A manufacturer will come out with a limited edition, and months later, another limited edition. It's like, well, it's not really that limited anymore, is it?
I just have, do you know the DuPont registry?
Yeah.
I just opened it up last month, and there's double page spread, 8 ads on each side, double page. Veyrons and Chirons. 8 for sale in 1 issue. And every one of them had all the reasons that it should be so rare. And I was like, guys.
That is not the Radford way.
No, rare is rare.
Yeah.
I like the coach built stuff. I like when people get crazy.
Yeah.
It's good fun. As long as it's done like.
Well, I'll tell you what's quite cool, and this probably is giving too much away. In the for Radford to come out the gate with our first car, we're actually building a pair on the show. One is Jensen's car, and one's my car. And Jensen allows himself to get a bit carried away, should we say?
Cup holders and all.
So it kind of highlights that actually we can start with the same concept but end up with totally different cars.
You're going to do the cushy carpets like the Minis, right? The Rolls Royce leather, the brass gauges.
The leopard skin.
Maybe not with this one.
You got to look to Spiker for your interiors. Right?
You have to wait and see.
I'm excited. What's in your shed?
So out here I have a really cool 65 Mustang coupe.
Is that one?
It
in
is.
the background of your
cool.
shot there?
I don't know what wheels you put on that, mate, but they look so good on it.
It is it's a notchback 65.
What's really cool about that car is a lady called Sally bought that car brand new in 1965 from Newport Beach Ford. She had this really rare towing mirror fitted on the front wing, but never had a tow hook fitted.
Is the towing mirror kind of like a JDM, like pontoon fender mirror?
I tell you what, it's so ugly, it's awful, that it's awesome. And every time I take that car out, some Mustang guy comes up to me and says, "Oh my God, you've got the factory towing mirror that nobody ordered."
Yeah. Oh, I see it. Wow, it is really far down the hood.
Maybe don't go to that picture. Yeah. Oh gosh.
Cover that one over.
Yeah, this is the problem.
Quickly, click on the picture.
There it is. Look.
No, it's okay. What we see there isn't necessally what makes it on the
but
screen.
we see it.
Oh.
Yeah, we can see it. Unfortunately, when
that towing mirror is way far down. No, that's cool.
Yeah,
but that must be the only car that has a towing mirror and no tow hook.
It's so awkward and it's massive. But actually, if you look closely, it's incredibly detailed. And look, 22.
Yeah. It's got a lot of patina on it.
I love that. That's so
cool.
Caspian Blue.
Did you put that 22 there?
Yeah.
Okay, because it looks like it was put there in the 60s and then taken off, reapplied, taken off, reapplied.
No, that's well, actually, Nicholas Hunsinger painted it for me.
Really? That is so cool.
But I flatted the body back and realised it actually gathered natural patina. So instead of painting it, because if you lift the bonnet, it's completely restored in the engine bay, mint.
Oh, cool.
So it's properly been painted and the engine's been redone, etc. But I took it back and I was like, nah, just lacquer it and stick some stickers on it.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
But last comment, I love the mirror.
Oh, look, you see?
The mirror is amazing.
In fact, if you scroll down the comments, I bet the mirror gets loads of love.
The mirror is amazing, and I can. You guys go full Steelies on everything.
There's a mirror question.
Both of you guys are all about the Steelies.
Yeah.
Just straight up, huh?
Love Steelies.
Steelies are the way forward. Real men use Steelies.
They're very cool. I like them on
Oh yeah, look at that picture of the mirror.
Yeah.
You see?
That was the picture I was talking about. That mirror. If I saw that, I would not believe that was factory equipment.
No, you wouldn't, would you?
It looks like it's come out of a bathroom.
I'd be like, what is this fucking guy doing?
You see the little red MG at the bottom?
Yeah.
So that is my first ever car. That is Bridget the Midget. And about 4 or 5 years ago, I did a social media campaign to find my car. So I put a picture up with the number plate, the chassis number, and I did a shout out. If anyone can find my original vermilion orange MG Midget, Bridget the Midget, and I put the hashtag Bridget the Midget, who turns out to be a porn star. Yeah. So I didn't.
You got to check those first.
Yeah, I never found the car.
You found her.
You never found the car.
But oh my God, you should have seen my DMs.
Wow.
Yeah, it was interesting.
I don't know about those.
Whoa!
I drove one of those.
Bridget can hear you, man.
I drove one of those once. It was horrible.
Yeah, for you, it's about difficult to get out.
Yeah.
It's got a roll cage, though.
What's the worst car you ever had, Jensen?
I mean, there's so many. That GT2 RS that you're talking about. No, that's an amazing car, just not for here.
Yeah, no, it's not a traffic car.
The worst car.
That's a hard one because I've had my brother had a Vauxhall Chevette.
Oh yeah,
You probably don't even know what that is, right?
it was I believe it was
Chevette?
sold here as a Chevrolet Chevette.
Really?
I'm pretty sure.
Well, if you Google a Vauxhall Chevette, it's like this awkward hatchback, and it was brown, and it had brown seat. There it is.
That was absolutely sold here as a Chevrolet Chevette.
Look at that.
No, but
Yeah.
that one, the racing one, was
The racing
amazing.
one, that looks like it's got a Renault Alpine front end on it,
no, but
right?
no, the bottom right. That actually was.
Oh wow, it's got the
It was a
fucking
rally car.
rally lights on
It
it.
was a rally car.
Yes.
It was a really good
Oh
rally car.
shit, it's a good looking rally car.
Yeah, that's a cool car. But
That's very
And
good.
then I had a Morris Ital.
Is that a rear drive car? Rear wheel drive that car?
Yeah, of course it is.
Oh,
British
in
label.
America, it was
that'd
a
be a good
front wheel
time.
drive car.
Well, actually, do you know what? I don't know.
He didn't have enough power to know.
That looks really good as a rally
it
car,
was
though.
brown,
That looks awesome.
It was brown with brown seats, and it was awful. And then I got given, my dad had a Morris Ital which was blue, and I remember driving around in Morris Ital.
Wow.
Is it actually?
This-
Wow, it was actually
Wow.
called the Ital,
Oh, that
wasn't
is-
it?
That is.
No, it was
horrific.
It's
older
like,
than that.
that's like almost
That
a
really
racial
is.
slur at this point.
That is horrific.
The front looks
That's
like
a really bad car.
Wait a second,
Gosh.
my dad had an Austin Maxi that didn't have a reverse.
The Ital is a problem.
And we were driving the Maxis, me and my mates, in Hertford Town Centre, and Hertford Town Centre is quite built up. And it was also brown as well. And the Maxi went in, I tried to turn around, didn't have reverse, so my mates had to get out, push back, drive a bit more, and we did like a 5-point turn with my mates pushing for reverse.
the Ital looks like they took Volvo's design and said make it more boring.
Yeah.
Make it more
Make
ugly.
it worse.
Make
Yeah.
it worse.
They Eastern
Wow.
blocked
Google
Volvo.
Austin
Wait,
Maxi.
my old man used to have an FSO dealership.
I don't even know what that is.
An FSO. Type in FSO.
Is that a car maker?
Yeah, it's from
I'm
Poland. Yeah, and they were so ugly that
Oh,
that
Jesus.
you couldn't sell them on their own. So he used to sell them with a holiday package. so you'd walk into the showroom and the car would have sand all around it, a bucket and spade,
Oh
a
my
bottle of
God.
wine.
A good sign.
Yeah,
a good
yeah,
sign.
and that's the way he sold the cars. He also used to add the stripe on them,
yeah,
that's
that's really
which
going to
is like
sell them.
$500
Coach
more.
building.
But what
Yeah,
a
coach
beauty!
building.
Beginning of
Look at the little
Hold on,
hatchback
sorry.
one that looks like a bad Lancia Delta Integrale. It looks like a
No,
Delta
that's-
Integrale
exactly.
with Down
That's
syndrome.
the one. That's the one he used to sell. The
Wow.
Polonais.
Have you ever owned an Integrale?
No,
Have you driven one?
they look stunning, but I'm sure they,
They
don't
drive
like
cool.
their look.
They
Do
drive good. Yeah, they drive
Yeah,
nice.
I'm surprised that car hasn't.
Well, it has.
They are. Have you looked? Have you tried to buy one? Do you know what those
no,
cost?
I'm saying if that car hasn't been sort of like singered.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that
There is
guy's doing
green
it.
one.
Yeah.
There's
The
a
green one. What's that guy's name?
Dunno.
The
Carbon
Italian
fiber,
guy.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's out of his
He
mind.
spent a fortune, hasn't he? He's never going to see that again.
Yeah, Harris drove it. Apparently, it's nice, but like
Yeah,
you know,
it's stupid power as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
But there it
no,
is.
but that thing, yes.
Stunning, isn't
That's
it?
a great car.
Yeah.
Actually, didn't Jeremy Clarkson drive it too
Yeah,
on the
he-
Grand
he
Tour?
was on Grand Tour.
Yeah, it was on Grand Tour. The
And the Stratos.
the Delta. I drove a Delta Integrale Evo 2, and it was very fun. And
Yeah, it's a
the
great car.
guy who
Pure.
it just sold for like $115,000.
Yeah, but that's because you drove it.
yes.
The Provenance.
Provenance.
It's called Provenance. It's like the guy that says, "Oh, I got Jensen's car." No, it's not.
Right? That guy's trading on Provenance for sure.
Oh,
His
for
name's
sure.
stamped in the door. You can't avoid that one.
Did you sign the dash?
People
People
have
sign-
asked me to sign their fucking dash, and I
Shut up.
talk them out of it. I'm like, I literally will bring down the value of your car. Don't do
they?
that.
I won't sign dashes. Under the hood.
If that blue car was still here, I would have made you sign a dash. Just
Yeah.
surprise the customer.
No, I think
Look
it
what
was
I
already.
did for you.
No, you signed it
it
already.
was already.
Oh, was it
under
actually?
the hood, yeah.
Oh, I didn't look.
Apparently, if you can find a car Shelby hasn't signed, it's worth money.
Yeah, he would, if you made a donation to his charity, he'd sign fucking anything.
Oh, man,
Sign your child.
I have seen so many Shelby signed cars.
Yeah, and like it's funny when he signs one that's like garbage. Like I get it if it's like CSX 8000 he's signing, but if it's like some real janky piece of shit that
Yeah.
he signed,
Are we going to sign our cars?
yeah.
That's a good question.
Only if we don't like the customer.
Well, let's take a vote here. There's 4 of us in the room who
sign it.
thinks Radford should sign each car.
I vote yay.
It depends where, though. On the dash.
Yeah, on the
though.
windscreen.
Yeah, on the dash looks awful, doesn't it?
What about a nice little plaque?
I think
You
you
can
do
make
a
it like
plaque,
Ricky Bobby
a
from-
signature plaque.
Across the whole windshield.
Exactly.
Done. Done.
Talladega.
No, under the bonnet is good. That's
Oh,
a
I
good
like they
place
called it
for
bonnet.
it. I just did it because you did it. I parroted.
I like what AMG do, to be fair.
On the engine? The
Yeah,
stamp
I
on the
think that's a
engine?
nice touch.
Aston Martin does that too.
It tells you who built it.
Funny thing,
basically,
it's the same names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one built 500,000 cars. Steve from Norwich.
Stay from there.
Yeah. Right.
You can't go away.
My Aston Martin was done by Stuart Bull. He did
Oh, really?
my build,
Oh,
my
man.
V12. Yeah.
That guy sounds like a
Stuart.
street fighter.
He
does,
sounds like he
doesn't he?
worked at. He sounded like they found him on the street.
Yeah.
Beating someone up
Between
in a
engine
three-card Monty
builds.
game, and they're you should build
Yeah.
V12s.
He sounds
they
like
just
he
pay-
could wear a gold Rolex, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
Or they just pay him to sign, most likely. He's
Yeah,
never
he's
seen
doing
the factory.
illegal
His
knuckle
penmanship
fighting in
is
car
great.
parks.
Yeah, his penmanship's fantastic, yeah.
What Formula One driver has the best car collection?
Me?
Yeah.
I would say Sebastian Vettel.
He just sold a bunch. He sold a
did.
bunch in one day.
Well, I think he had to, because he's bought so much lately.
Oh,
He's
really?
bought a lot of old F1 cars, but I think he bought Nigel Mansell's World
cool.
Championship winning car. He's got a Niki Lauda X car. He's also got a 250 California.
Those are all right.
And he bought it before it went up.
Before what? So it was only 7 million
No, I think it
instead
was
of like
about
20.
4.
Oh, that's actually would be a very good price for one of them.
Yeah. And now they're, 13, 15. Yeah, he's got the engine out of it. He's using it as a coffee table, as far as I know.
Of course.
And put
What a
something
lot of
else
those
in it.
guys do is they get an engine from GTO.
Yeah.
And they just run a GTO engine
exactly.
and keep their regular engine on a stand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Is there any kind of trend with F1 drivers? Like when they first get in, do they buy a car
Yeah.
that is a hypercar and then they change? Okay, what is the story arc
I
with
had
cars?
a Ferrari 355 GTS.
That's a nice car.
Yellow.
That's a really great car.
Yeah, I still have it.
Do you?
Yeah, it's got 9,000 miles on it.
Ooh.
I'm not sure if they're real miles, but because it doesn't look, they don't line up. But it's a Ferrari, so who knows?
It's a 6-speed, I imagine, right?
Yeah, it is, and it went through that stage of being really everything inside. I don't know if you know about.
Sticky.
Yeah, it went through the stage where everything was sticky. So every time you drove it, your missus knew. She's like, "Oh, you've been driving the Ferrari again." Your fingers would be black because the whole interior goes sticky.
The interior melts
now
off
I know
in
why
your
Brittany
fucking-
calls you sticky fingers.
Sticky fingers.
The whole interior just melts off in your hand.
So it's
Yeah.
like that one there.
But it
the yellow
sounds
with the-
so good and it's
the
so
GTS.
fucking pretty.
That's it. Yeah, it's stunning.
And you did the 10,000 mile de-stickifying service, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, you never got the option.
No.
That's a big. If you go look at Bring a Trailer, it's like 1997 355 low miles recent service, no sticky buttons. It's like it's on all the listings.
The annoying thing is I bought this in 2000. It might have actually been late 99 when I got my drive with Williams.
Oh.
And it was in the showroom in London, Maranello's, and I was like, "Oh, that's stunning! 86 grand." It was second hand. Alongside it was an F40, which was 110 grand. This
Get
is pounds.
the fuck-
No, this is pounds though. So
110 grand, but so
what's that,
still
150?
220 to 250, something like that.
Yeah. So
I mean,
and I
it's
was like, "No, I want the newer one. I want the newer car."
Oh my god.
And this one, I bought it for 86 grand. It's worth 50.
Yeah.
And F40's worth 1.5 million.
Our friend Bruce Meyer
Oh,
bought his
shit.
first Ferrari in 1969 in the showroom. He's like late 70s, early 80s. He's a boss, this guy.
I know Bruce.
You know Bruce. His first Ferrari was a 275 GTB 4-cam that he
my
bought
God.
brand
Wow.
new. Okay? But he had a choice in the showroom, same money, that brand new, with lightly used 250 GTO. And he went with the one he wanted. He goes, "No, I wanted it brand new."
Yeah.
He went with the brand new.
There's a chap called Chris Stewart. He owned Aston Martin DBR1, the only Aston to ever win Le Mans in 1959, and he owned that car for 15 years. Raced it, took the Lancaster Bomber fuel pump out of it, and put a little facet pump in. He needed the money, and we're not talking a long time ago. Advertised it for 100 grand and took 90.
What?
He sold DBR1 for 90 grand. That changed hands for 25 million.
Yeah.
Oh,
How bad do you need the money?
Yeah,
That's
scary.
like a.
I feel
That's
bad.
Sorry,
like a-
Chris, if you're watching, I'm going to send you this, by the way, just to remind you.
That's like I'll suck your dick.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think the guy that's probably done the best is Nick Mason, though.
Oh yes.
He
Nick
paid-
Mason crashes cars and then they take a jump.
But it was like, well, I don't know what he bought the GTO for. He's got a 250 GTO.
He's
Yeah.
got the funny colour one,
But
right?
he bought, no, it's red. But he bought it for like 40 grand, 50 grand. 1970s.
Yeah.
And what are they now? Who knows?
50 million.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
If one
you had
comes up with some.
two zeros, three
Yeah.
zeros. I mean, how many zeros?
And he
we
still
done?
drives it, which is awesome.
Well,
Yeah.
Bruce
It's-
Meyer's like that. He's got like CSX Cobra 1, like the first Shelby, and he bought it for $4 grand or whatever back in the 70s, and then he drove it around, and then he stored it, and he has a bunch of those cars. It's
Yeah.
really cool.
It's before everyone realised. Now you're not going to get those.
Yeah.
You're not going to get those cars now. Oh, yeah.
There's like
Well, hang on a second. What about Radford?
Apart from Radford's.
Or the FSO #1.
FSO #1, yeah.
That's
the
coming up.
Polonaise.
well, there's all, you can't buy a race car and drive it on the street. I mean, what's the newest race car that you could really drive on the street and not just get away with, but like
Oh, hang on here. Don't you have show and display in California?
good luck.
What?
It's
No?
challenging.
What does that
I mean, there is
We do,
well,
it's
so
hard.
show and display is if there was a car never sold in America, but it's considered historically significant enough, you can have it federalized for if it's newer than 25 years old, and it's very expensive and very annoying.
This is classic America. In England, we call that loophole.
Yeah, it is the loophole. It was started by
What was the
Ralph
plate
Lauren
that used
and
to
Bill
have? Was it
Gates
white
to
plate?
get 959s in.
Q.
It was Q-plate, wasn't it?
So anyway, you can't do it with race cars though.
What about with like a hypercar that's built in the UK?
Oh, This is Jensen basically saying
You
he owns a
might be
hypercar.
able to show and display that. You might.
what
They did.
hypercar
They
have
had
you got?
Pagani's
Yeah.
here, and that's how they had. Someone was driving like a Pagani around whichever one before the Y road,
Yeah.
and that's how they got it in.
Zonda.
Yeah, Zondas are
Zonda,
not
sorry.
legal in
Oh, really?
America.
Yeah.
No. If
Nor-
you see a
nor
Zonda here,
Defenders.
it's shady, or someone spent a lot of money to federalize it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But you can do it.
Huh?
But you can do it.
You can do it. You just have to be,
See, the car-
filthy rich.
The car culture in America is so awesome. Though I'm surprised that they don't allow a little bit, loosen up those terms a bit.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's this.
This
it's
is the
a
land
very-
of the free.
Yeah, but not
just
that
not
free.
so free.
Free, but not that free.
JDM cars are the most difficult to get in. See, I know my JDM cars.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
It's JDM, isn't it?
Yeah.
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 No, they are the worst.
They're annoying. Yeah.
They're the worst. Trying to get a Skyline in, no chance.
Great car though.
Yeah.
I mean,
Great car.
if you want a Skyline, you just buy one here.
yeah, but
you
there
don't
aren't
have
many
to.
good ones, are there? Though.
If you know the right people.
Yeah.
You just got to know the
Hey,
guy who
I know
calls
the
you
guy.
first.
I know a guy who knows a guy.
Well, again, I should have bought a Nissan Skyline. I bought a Fiat Coupe in 1998.
Yeah, you should have bought an R34 Skyline.
Yeah,
What was your first ever car?
a Vauxhall Cavalier, which I don't know what would be here. They didn't have it here.
No, I'm pretty sure. What was your first ever car?
The first car I ever really drove was my mother's minivan. It's called a Mercury Villager,
Okay.
which was
Wait, oh, that's what I had.
a Vauxhall Cavalier.
Yeah, like the burgundy one at the top.
We didn't get a
Oh, you had,
version of
you
that.
had like a Gen 3.
Oh no, that mine didn't have color coded bumpers.
Look at the blue one.
Yeah,
in the
no, we
middle.
didn't get that one here.
No, that
but
didn't
I've
have
seen
that.
those, and they're pretty miserable.
What was that? What was your first car?
I drove my dad's '79 Scout around,
Oh.
which
Harvester.
yeah,
International.
yeah,
Hello.
That's cool.
yeah, terrible. Doesn't work a lot, breaks down a lot. 8 alternators. I don't know, like we eat breakfast.
Great. I'm actually surprised that especially with the rise of the Bronco, that the Harvester Scout hasn't attracted.
They're kind of
such
kind
shit
of starting to, but
boxes,
they really
dude.
are. The,
they?
the engine
They're
they put in was like a
trash.
345.
but International was a tractor company.
They're built
I know.
so
No, I
badly.
know.
But then
They're
again,
made
so
of
was
rust.
Porsche and Lamborghini.
Put a Chevy engine in them, and then they're good because everything else underneath is super industrial and strong, diffs and all that stuff.
You know
But
who owns that company now? International.
I do.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, that was just a question.
Does
for
Radford own it? I don't.
somebody we know does. It's,
Yeah.
yeah, strange.
Cool.
The
Should we talk about the cheapest cars we've ever bought?
go ahead. Go ahead.
In the last 10 years, the cheapest car I've ever bought is a Fiat 500.
Old or new?
Old.
Okay. Well,
1970.
that's a good choice, though.
Yeah,
Was
and
it
I've-
like $10,000 or something like that?
It was around that, yeah, a
Yeah.
little bit less. And I had it shipped over from Italy.
If you drive it in LA?
I haven't yet, but I've put different suspension on it. It's got disc brakes now.
Abarth stuff?
Yeah, exactly. But it's actually going to go electric.
Oh, really?
oh, cool.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
guys doing the conversion at Radford?
No, not at the moment. It probably will happen because I've been trying to get it done for the last year and a half.
You know, you're literally the third person to talk to me about converting an old Fiat 500 to EV.
way.
There's a lot of options here in California.
Yeah, there is, and I've been speaking to one party, and they said that Tesla would be good. Tesla
for the-
batteries,
Yeah,
Tesla
they
motor.
are. Yeah, they are.
The only thing is, he
Be
said
so fast.
it will have 300 horsepower. Yeah, it's the size of an
would you
egg.
make it rear-wheel drive, though?
It is rear-wheel drive.
Oh, shit, you're
The
right.
engine's in
Oh,
the
you
back.
know what? You're right. It is rear-wheel drive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be perfect. That'd be fabulous.
300 horsepower. It'd
That'd
have
be
probably have
batshit.
a range of 80 to 100, which you
Yeah.
never want to drive it further than that
Oh
anyway.
my gosh, it's going to be an experience.
It'd be the fastest egg on earth.
Yeah, I drove a Beetle that had the EV, and it was perfect. It was exactly what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be really fun. Because
undrivable.
Totally
It's gonna be
undrivable.
It's gonna be
You're
death
doing
trap.
burnouts like fucking.
Yeah.
There was a guy called who built a car called the Teslonda, which was an old, early, like 82, 83 Honda that had a Tesla, powertrain in it.
Yeah.
And the fucking thing would do wheel stands on the drag strip. It was so fucking nuts.
That's the thing, mate. It's just,
Look at the Teslonda.
oh, it's horrific.
Right?
That's
But it's
amazing.
like a 9-second car.
Oh, that is amazing.
Yeah.
Why has he jacked it up?
That's the
fit the
style.
batteries.
Maybe,
like a
maybe,
gasser
but it's a
style.
gasser style. That's like old 50s dragsters would do that.
Would they?
Yeah, it was. I think a misguided method of transferring weight over the rear wheels. I don't think it works. But
My
it's definitely
grandma
style.
had a car like that. Yeah, I think everyone's grandma had one of them. But if you were born in the 80s.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, it's a beauty.
I had the cheapest car. I mean, we've bought cars for like television shows that
Yeah.
we had intended to die. There's these trails. Do you like off-roading?
Yeah.
Oh, you do? You like, you're into like Baja. You like crazy off-roading.
Yeah.
So have you heard of the backcountry discovery routes?
No?
They're in these maps in America, and you can drive across states off-road. They're great. And so we made a film called All Cars Go to Heaven, and I drove a Toyota Previa.
Yeah, I know Toyota Previa.
I drove it 1,000 miles off-road. Totally unprepped.
Front-wheel drive.
Rear drive.
Is it?
Mid-engine rear drive.
Yes, they are. They're turbo, aren't they?
They had a supercharger optional.
Supercharger, sorry.
This did not have.
Yeah. Oh,
And that
wow.
dude, that's my Previa. And this dude brought a Model T. You know Bothwell? John Bothwell from Persang? He's a Newport guy.
Is he? Yeah, I do. I have met him, actually. I met him at Pebble a couple of years ago as well.
He drove a Model T on that route.
Jeez. Oh, that's scary.
I like
Yeah.
the red wheels.
It's very. It looks cool stood still.
Yeah.
Moving it.
So anyway, what else do you want to tell us about Radford before we wrap this up?
Yeah, Joe, it's an incredibly exciting time, but there's this, again, we talk about timing, but there's this kind of overwhelming sense of excitement, first of all, and pressure, being the custodians of this really iconic British brand. And bear in mind, there's a great relationship, isn't there, between America and Great Britain? And, for us...
Except for that one thing.
yeah, we don't talk about that one thing. We've all moved our lives out here, and we I feel like we are here waving the Anglo-American flag, and to do it with something that's really precious, and we get to tell these great social history stories, and I'm really excited to eventually reveal the car, and it's. Yeah, this is a special time for us, for those guys that are running Radford and doing it. And that's the thing about doing stuff that's you're really passionate about.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
It's
what
your
we
baby.
need from the audience is like to consider, if you're gonna go into the market for a nice sports car, to maybe think about supporting the smaller independents, instead of just kind of another same sort of,
Well, the thing with
same
coach
thing, different
building,
badge.
Sorry, we're going to build something that's stunning, but then they can put their touch on it, and that's what most manufacturers don't do. Certain manufacturers will unpaint a part.
They charge a lot for that.
And charge like wounded rhinos.
It's like, I remember
Drove that McLaren Elva and had $1 million in cosmetic options on it.
I had a Ferrari that I had the diffuser unpainted, and it cost me 15 grand to unpaint it. And I know the part doesn't cost much. Once you have the tooling for it,
Yeah.
it's a few $100s. So it hurts. That sort of thing really hurts me.
Yeah. I bet. What was the most egregious option in the memory of your supercar ownership?
Probably that.
Really?
For a bit of unpainted
That's not that
material.
bad. I've seen worse on the press cars that come through here.
Really?
Yeah. CarPlay in a new Ferrari is $5,000. It is.
What?
It is.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Oh, I did get louvers put on my McLaren. I had a 650. Was it 650? I had louvers put on the.
Oh, on the
front
fenders,
arch.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like $20,000.
Yeah. But it looks so cool.
It does look cool,
Yeah.
and it absolutely helps with your downforce when you're going to the
Well,
shops.
it stops the front from lifting off the ground. That's one
And we
positive.
don't like that, which we saw at Le
Well,
Mans.
once you
Exactly.
learn that from experience, any opportunity.
But I think if someone wants a car that has an amazing base, but they want to put their special touch on it, you've got to go coach building route. And also with us, I will be driving the hell out of this thing. It's going to be awesome. It really is. I'm putting my name to it, so it has to be bloody fantastic. I know these guys really well, and I know Mark's going to do a fabulous job on the design. Well, he has done a fabulous job on
it's
the
remarkable.
design. He's still tweaking, as designers do.
Yeah, he just, I'll be like, stop, Mark, it's perfect. Well,
But the exciting thing is, he has freedom. We all have freedom to kind of do what we want. We're not controlled by an OEM. We're working with an OEM, but we're not controlled. So he can go off and design what he wants. Normally, as he said, you design something, and then different people from the OEM will come to you and say, well, we can't do it like that, marketing reasons, or someone else will come to you and say, that can't be quite like that.
Accountants usually.
Yeah, exactly. Or it's...
Is it in order for legal reasons, because it is based on a production car, right? Do you have to leave the windshield and certain elements for legal reasons that you cannot change?
Yeah, that we are obviously, registering the cars is an important part for us, so we do have to work within the parameters of the legislation, of course.
Yeah. Car you can't drive on the street sucks.
Depends if you're a Le Mans race driver.
Well,
or
that's
not.
what I'm saying. All these companies that come out with these track day only specials.
It's pointless.
What's the point of a Pagani you can't race and you can't drive on the street?
Exactly.
What do I do with this
Buy a
exactly?
GT3 car.
Yeah.
You will,
amazing.
you will drive. Radford will be driven on the streets.
Yeah,
yes.
okay.
And I think the other thing as well is, that when we actually eventually reveal the first OEM, the second OEM, and the third OEM, people will absolutely, our industry will stand up and listen and go, "Whoa, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
This is very rare. This doesn't happen very often. In fact, it's been decades since the first OEM has even considered this. So that speaks volumes, I think.
And I think it's exciting because it is like Radford of old, where it's so diverse. The OEMs that we're going to work with.
Yeah, I mean they're not
what's
to go
exciting.
from Rolls Royce, Mini, Aston Martin. I mean they have being British in common, but besides that, not really anything.
Mini's pretty different to a roller, isn't
right?
it?
But it's cool that they took the idea of coach building, because like when you in America at least, as the cars get more luxurious, they get enormous. There's no such thing as a compact ultra luxury car, so that's a cool concept.
There is something really strange. I mean, the whole industry is now, it's 120 years old, really, isn't it? The car world, and that everything's come full circle. A lot of people don't realise in the 1930s, you walked into Rolls Royce, you couldn't buy a car.
Yeah. You bought a chassis.
You bought a chassis, and then they said to you that here's our favoured coach builders, Mulliner or Parkward or Hooper, and then they would go and build the body. And then it was only the 50s and 60s when OEMs started to get themselves together that they realised, well, we could build the whole car.
Yeah.
And what Harold Radford was doing was he actually pivoted. As coach building started to deteriorate because OEMs were making everything themselves, he then found this next niche. He was innovative and moved into minis because, there's minis, one of probably only two cars that's universal. It's classless, right?
Right. And also came in a lot of configurations to begin with, and people were open to customizing them already.
And they were cool.
Yeah.
And they still are cool.
They definitely are still cool.
So it's
I don't know
exciting.
about the new ones. The old ones are cool.
Yeah.
The new ones are tough because they have to deal with these like standards and pedestrian standards, and it leads to funky proportions.
The little minis, which you don't get here anymore, I don't think, are pretty cool still. The new ones.
The original Mini's cool.
No, but the new Mini's good. The little one.
The two-door, the regular old Mini.
But now you don't see them though. They're all Countryman.
No, everyone buys a Countryman or whatnot.
I don't know what the other one's called, but it's big.
My friend Christian Hand just bought a brand new Mini S and drove it here today. He was doing radio with me before.
Manual.
Yes. 6-speed.
We like
silver.
him.
You like him.
do.
Yeah, we like him. He's our people.
And if you like music, you should like him too. The Session on Air, he breaks down music. It's the fucking tits.
Is it?
On Instagram. Yeah, he track by track. So you listen to just the drums and just the guitar. And it's awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's super cool.
I'm going to have to head.
All right.
Baby duty. I was supposed to be home in 10 minutes.
Understand.
Good job you came in a fast car.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and it's
buddy.
good job you got that little badge on your license.
No, thank you guys so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
No, thanks for having us.
you.
There was a lot of back and forth in the emails to make this one happen, but you guys got it done, and I really appreciate that. First time we've had a Formula One world champion in the studio. Hopefully not the last, but did not disappoint.
It's
Jenson
just
Button,
lovely talking to people
and
that know what they
Anstead,
know
television
their
star
Here we are.
and
Living
owner
the dream.
of a Land Rover Defender on Steelies.
Like a legend.
Thank you very much, boys. It was a pleasure. I can't wait to see the car. Can I have a drive when it's ready?
No.
Okay.
No, of course
At
you
your
can.
racetrack in Arizona.
Actually, yeah. If you ever find yourself in Phoenix, you have an extended invitation to come and do a day of driving.
You're operating a racing school?
Yes, we have like 85 Hellcats.
You have all the You took all the Hellcats?
10 Formula 4 cars. We just got a load of brand new go-karts.
Oh, awesome.
We've even got a couple of Vipers kicking around.
Oh,
There's 10 of another brand which we're quite excited about as well.
Oh, they're joining us, yes.
Oh, good fun. All right, cool. Racetracks.
So, yeah.
Phoenix
Always
Track
good.
Day.
Cool.
All right, we'll let you go. Thanks, boys. That's our show. Thank you all for listening. We'll see you next week. Bye.
By some sort of bizarre twist of fate, 3 British guys have landed and found themselves in California at exactly the same time. One a designer, me a builder, and one a driver.
We've all been around the world doing our own things, and we're all excited about this new project. You know, coach building was such a big thing many decades ago, but it's back. You could feel it through your soul.
I wake up at 4 a.m. every morning thinking about it.
Through my career, I've always put so much pressure on myself.
We're relaunching Radford. This is it, Radford returns. See, this is how high the stakes are. The guys are coming in. Here we go. No, this can't happen like this. You're going to have to like raise your chin. We're like making a professional like TV production.
But I'm the racing driver.